Hi Libra, this is going to be your general reading in regards to what is your soul looking for when it comes to a soulmate. Sometimes we find ourselves in these repetitive cycles in relationships where it's like the same issues keep reoccurring, but yet it's playing out, but with different people. And sometimes we're not seeing the correlation. We're not understanding why. Instead, we may even play victim. We may play the blame game, like, how do these people keep finding me? Like, what is it about me? But it takes two to tango, right? So sometimes it's hard to really like see where the issue lies within ourselves. And, you know, what were the red flags that we saw within these people we choose as partners that we decided to ignore? And why did we decide to ignore it? So within the planet Neptune, this is the ruler of Pisces. So Neptune is that energy that holds your intuition, possibly psychic abilities, but it also holds that imagination, that la la land. So there's like a fine line to discern what's real and what's not. So a lot of us have this habit of staying in relationships much longer, or connecting with people where really it's just like, it's clear as day you don't belong with this person, and or that person doesn't belong with you, but it's like you're really not seeing it, like truly full-heartedly, like you're not allowing yourself to see it. You could somewhat be seeing it, but still be convincing yourself, no, this is meant to be. Or, you know, I love this person has my heart, this person has my soul. And it's like, okay, you know, like, but if you have, you know, Neptune you know, squaring Venus, for example, Venus being the ruler of love, beauty, aesthetics, money, and squaring being that aspect in astrology. It's that energy that holds basically karmic lessons. Honestly, when it's squaring, it means, you know, you're gonna have a hard time. you're going to not be good at this for probably half your life. And then at that middle point of your life, or somewhere around that time frame, you're not only going to get good at it, but you're going to master it. That's the point of a square. Those energies that you feel in your life, that they don't even have to involve love, to be honest. You can just find them, you know, intuitively, knowing where you suffer in life. Like when I say suffer, I mean the things you have a hard time with. Is it sticking to a schedule? Is it sticking to a routine? Is it sticking to your word? You know what I mean? Like, so sometimes these specific planets could be squaring another planet, and it's like, okay, you keep doing the same thing over and over. That's making you upset at yourself and others. It's like something's got to end. Those are repetitive cycles that are being thrown in your face time and time again to teach you a valuable lesson. Something's meant to change. Something's meant to be learned. And if you don't learn, and if you don't change it, it's like there's a karmic debt to be paid for that. You're going to be paying in some kind of way, somehow. So the example I'm giving right now in these videos is, if, let's just say, Neptune is squaring Venus, because you should look at your natal chart. You should see what aspects you have within Neptune and see how this plays out in your everyday life by Googling, you know, Neptune squaring Venus, or whatever it is. Maybe it's Neptune sextiling Venus, whatever. So what Neptune does is, when it's squaring, for example, it's going to make you feel like you're seeing somebody clearly, but you're actually not. So like, for example, if Neptune is squaring your ascendant, which is your rising sign, you may feel like you make really good judgment calls about people. Like you feel like, no, I know what this person's all about. This person's shady as hell, or this person's a really good person, blah, blah. And then it turns out like you made the wrong judgment call. And if you find yourself doing this time and time again, you could have Neptune squaring your ascendant. Neptune can be a real fucking trickster, because it'll make you feel like something that's happening is so real, but it's actually really not. It's an illusion. And sometimes this is what keeps us staying longer, or feeling like we really love somebody, but it's like you actually don't. You're just lying to yourself and you don't realize it. Sometimes outsiders can see this, but honestly, I hate to go by like bringing other people into situations, but usually when when more than one person is noticing the same exact thing within you about yourself, and you're hearing it time and time again, there's usually something to that. There's something to that energy, and it's worth looking into. So when relationships end, it's so important to just kind of take a break. I don't know what type of people, you guys are when these things happen, but there's a lot of people out there who just like to keep it going, because they don't want to they don't want to deal with the pain. So they keep busy. And there's nothing wrong with keeping busy, but at the same time, it's like you do have to deal with your feelings and understand why it is you feel the way you feel, so you can heal properly. Otherwise, it's just going to come back to bite you in the ass, which is why a repetitive cycle. Oh my God. Sorry about the background noise. Which is why a repetitive cycle is a repetitive cycle. It's repeating itself because you're not seeing something. So when, breakups happen. Oh my God. Hold on. Are you okay? What's wrong? Okay. I'm really sorry. Oof. All right. I'm gonna let you go. It's okay. I'll see you later. Well, now I feel bad. Sorry, guys. So anyway, so it's important that in between these breakups, you take some downtime to really reflect and understand what it is you are looking for in the next relationship, what you're looking for in a partner, and the things that, you're not willing to accept from somebody in a relationship, because those are considered to be boundaries. And if you go into a relationship with no boundaries, people are going to take advantage of that, and they're going to walk all over you. And, those are usually the relationships where the person's like, I'm leaving this time. And then the other person's like, no, don't. And it's like, it becomes that routine of a skit, where it's like the person knows they're not going anywhere because it's a empty threat. But usually it gets to that point because that one person had no boundaries. They just kept overgiving and getting nothing back, or not enough back. It wasn't equal in any kind of way, shape, or form, So it's like these people get upset, they get aggressive, they get angry, and then it just turns into this unhealthy relationship. So I feel like I wrote this years ago. We're inspired to understand what we can't comprehend. I feel like sometimes we stay longer in relationships past the welcome stage, when it's like really clear as day, it's time for us to leave, but we don't. Something holds us back because we feel that connection, we feel that chemistry with somebody, but yet we're still staying. But why? Because it's like when it's good, and when it's bad, right? So it's like without that list of knowing what it is we expect in a partner, the things we know intuitively will work for us, based off our personality and how we work every day, in comparison to the person you have to live with eventually, right? So I think what we end up doing is we're so desperately wanting to make it work because we're holding on to memories of what was, instead of outweighing the pros and cons. We're not outweighing that the cons outweigh the pros. Instead, we're just thinking of the pros, that when the good times are good, they're good, and when they're bad, they're bad. And it's like we're actually not giving it the proper justice it deserves. It's like it's not being scaled out properly, and that's because of that Neptune energy. It's a fucking illusion. It's like you're so in love with somebody that you're willing to overlook their negative things, except you're really not, because it just doesn't mix well with your soul. And that's the difficult part in this life, is becoming aligned, right? Becoming aligned with who you truly are. Because if you become aligned with who you truly are, it's going to be this like, you know, this happiness you've never felt. You're just going to feel fulfilled. And I think all of us on some type of spectrum are looking to be fulfilled. And no matter what, it's like material goods can only do so much, right? It's really love at the end of the day, unconditional love. So it's important to understand where your boundaries lie. So I wrote this a long time ago, and it's like, these things are really supposed to stay like on the walls, on the mirror, whatever. But with me and my dumb luck, like I'd keep this up, and like some guy I'm dating will like see it, and he'll just be like, oh, okay, nut job, I'm out, you know? And like, so I never keep these things up. I never do, because I literally have that type of luck where like I'll get caught. So I don't even bother. But it's important to do it, because then you forget. And I wrote this years ago, and I literally went back on my own things that I said would work for me. This is definitely what works for my soul. It may not work for you guys, but it works for me. It's important to understand what works for you guys. So I wrote, when I find someone who can make me laugh, smile, and who has very similar goals as mine, and actually acts on them, then I have found my match. Someone who challenges me in good ways, and someone who accepts me for who I am, the good, the bad, and the ugly. I have then found my match. It's just as simple as that. You know, you could write lists, the characteristics you're looking for as somebody, or, you know, whatever it is that floats your boat, you know, just to make you self-aware, because that really is your power at the end of the day, is knowing thyself. And otherwise, you're going to be held back in these relationships, connections that don't serve a purpose. You know, they've reached their, what did she say in that video? They've reached their expiration date. There really are expiration dates with some people. It doesn't mean that you can't be okay with them. It doesn't mean you can't forgive them. It just means it's like, where do you go from there? You know, it's like an on again, off again relationship can only actually make it in the end if you and that person are both bringing in new energies. That's why it's so hard. That's why usually those relationships don't work out ultimately, because you got two people lying to each other, trying to figure this out, understand what we can't comprehend. It's like they know that something's here, right? I feel it, you feel it, so why can't we make this work? Sometimes you just have to let it go. It's just, it's reached its expiration date. And you can get a clearer picture as to why you're feeling that way, looking at the energy that Neptune holds within your natal chart. It's very important. So anyway, so I'm going to pull some cards. And this is, you know, this is just food for thought if this resonates with you, because we're going based off of your soul. So a lot of people aren't in touch with this, or they're learning to get in touch with this. So I'm going to pull some cards, and maybe this will give you food for thought over the next few days. Then I'm going to pull some pictures of quotes I printed during my first spiritual awakening back in 2016. Okay. So what would make your soul happy when it comes to a soulmate? King of Swords. Ten of Coins. Two of Swords. One more. Oh, okay. The Hermit in reverse. The danger isn't that cute stranger you're dying to meet or the one you have lost touch with, but who sleeps next to you night after lonely night. The danger lies in continuing the cycle of self-destruction by letting yourself stay fallen. The real danger lies in giving up. So if you're not getting what you want when it comes to love, or you see yourself in any part of this, my challenge to you is this. Do one small thing today that either gets you closer to meeting someone if you're single, or improves your relationship if you're coupled up. Just one small thing, and work on releasing all of those limiting ideas about who you are in all of this. Do some mindset spring cleaning. I bet things will feel at least a little bit better. If you're already out there being happy and fabulous, already extra credit. Okay. Your emotions are the indication of what vibration you are holding. Your vibration equals your point of attraction for everything coming. Shit, I cropped that out. Sorry, I don't know. So your emotions are the indication of what vibration you are holding. Your vibration equals your point of attraction for everything. So, I mean, if you guys already understand what that means, great. I had a hard time understanding that. So it's like you could be, like I said, Neptune energy, lying to yourself, saying, you know, you're okay, you're okay, you're okay. But it's like, what is your body saying? And that's why it's important to heal and go about it in a way that works for you. If your compassion does not include yourself, it is incomplete. Okay, let me make sure. Let me make sure this is all on camera. Ooh, nice glare. Okay. All right, I'm going to channel and see what would make your soul happy when it comes to a soulmate. What are you looking for? What is your soul looking for? Balance. Right away. Balance. Happiness. Okay. I feel like the energy is like the door is coming and going. So it's like you need somebody who's staying. Yeah. Oh my God. I just felt that. That was sad. So you may have abandonment issues. But it's like your person, your soulmate, it's like you don't have to doubt if you're the one, the chosen one. Like, that's you. And this person will never make you doubt that. I feel like you're looking for someone who is open with their emotions. Also a reflection of you. I feel like I'm seeing them, but then you as well. Somebody who listens, like hears what you have to say, makes you feel like your words are important. I feel like there's fears wrapped in all of this so far, because I'm seeing things through the dark. Yeah, somebody you can trust, somebody you have passion with. Ooh, this is somebody you can have like deep, what is the word I'm looking for? Deep conversations with, like not analytical, like a good mind fuck, something like that. No, what I feel like you may be used to that on again, off again energy. And it's like you just can't. Like, that doesn't work for you. Like I'm gonna open my eyes. So that type of thing will that will like lead you into like trauma bonding. You know what I mean by that? Like I could be wording it wrong, but I remember this one person, oh my God, I definitely have been through the ringer with people, but like this one person in particular, he was playing mind games towards the very end. And it was just so fucked up. It was like we were together for like 5 days, and it was like I was promised the world, and then they left. And then it's like I never knew when I'd hear from them again. And then they'd come back, and then I'd be in this fear, like this survival mode. And that's the thing too with Libra. Okay, so yeah, so it's like okay, this is why the energy is so similar. So cardinal signs, so Aries, Libra, Capricorn, and Cancer, those are cardinal signs. It's like survival mode. Like we will get shit done because it's like survival of the fittest. Like it's just the way it's embedded in us. Just like fire signs are fire signs. They're meant to create in this life, you know? Each sign has their own thing, and just like groups in astrology have their own things. There's fixed signs, there's mutable signs, cardinal, 4, 8, 12. Yeah, that's it. So it's like we cannot run off of that type of energy. Like it creates that trauma bond where it's like, when are they coming back? And you're attached to them, and then it just makes you physically ill. And yeah, oh my God, sometimes I forget these things. That it's funny because it's like I don't understand how I forget some of these terrible things, but yeah, I forgot about that. That was terrible. So it's like you can't take that. So you may have experienced that, and it's like our bodies go into survival mode at that point. So it's like our whole body shuts down in order to protect ourselves from that type of energy coming back into our life, because we can't take the flightiness. We can't. It's just not in us. I'm definitely seeing the Hermit card right now in reverse. So it's like, so the Hermit card in reverse is somebody who's lonely. When it's straightforward, it's solitude, it's wisdom, it's like inner reflection. But when it's reverse, it's like the opposite. So I'm feeling like you can't take just being ignored. And that's another thing. I'm gonna open my eyes. That's another thing about cardinal signs. It's like that survival mode again. Like we can't be ignored. Like if you ignore us, like you're pretty much signing off. You know what I mean? Like, of course you guys know what I mean. Like we, like you, or like we. Oh my God! I'm just thinking back to my past. We always make it crystal clear to these guys. Are you sure this is what you want? Like, please be sure. Like, please make sure that you are sure, because once you're sure, we're going to be sure. So are you sure? But again, that higher perspective is that why would these people take us seriously when we've given so many fake warnings, like, oh, this is the last time, and it's like, okay, it gets old really quick. I think I'm assuming you're a woman. If not, then just hold this energy how you see fit. But I know as a woman, when we finally get to that point where it's like we're done, I always feel like when I'm addressing this with these people, like there's something very different in my tone. There's something, I have that face, that tone where it's just like, you will always know where, not only where you stand with me, but like with what's going on with me. You could just like, I'm an open book. Not even like, I don't even have to say anything. It's just in my tone. It's in my facial expressions. Like And I don't care. That's fine. I'm cool with that. So I always feel like when it gets to that point at the end of a relationship, I always feel like, ooh, you're really gambling here, because there's no way you're misunderstanding this energy. Like, this is different than all those other fake warnings, those other cop outs. Like, this is real. Like, this is real life. You know? So I'm feeling like what wouldn't work for you is somebody who, you know, before this was coming through as a vision, it was that popping in, popping out, popping in, popping out. And now it's coming through as somebody just wanting to be alone, which means it's like, well, they don't want to be with you. You know, it's different if it's like this, right? There's solitude, there's wisdom, there's somebody reflecting and really thinking and considering. But it's not that. So it's like, I feel like, I feel like what's happening here is that your experiences are coming through in this reading. So it's like you can't take like a selfish person. This isn't selfish. This is somebody considering the other person and knowing that they have to go within in order to deal with the situation accordingly, right? Sometimes we don't realize that too if we're not evolved enough. And then we'll take that personal, like, oh, so you don't want to talk to me. Oh, so I'm not important to you. And it's like, no, it's just, you know, guys are a different breed. You know, they really have to go into their cave, the woods, whatever you want to call this, and, you know, think and reflect. And it's like, okay, that's cool if that's what they're doing, you know. Okay, so let's see what this is about. I feel like the energy here that I'm seeing is like anything is possible for you. Like, and then I'm seeing a full moon. So it's like, I'm gonna open my eyes. You have to have the confidence, willpower, and happiness within yourself in these relationships. Like what your soul desires, like what would make your soul happy with your soulmate is if you embody this energy of being confident within yourself. Like the possibilities are endless for you. So it's like you may get into this trap of becoming unhappy in relationships because it's like you lose a part of who you are. Like you stop going on your own path, because it's like what I was seeing was an endless path, and then I was seeing the full moon, and I instinctively felt manifesting, like creating and growing and, you know, doing whatever it is you want along your journey. And you may put this to like a standstill when you get in relationships and make, you know, the person's life your own life. So it's like, if you do that, you're taking away your own happiness. Therefore, that's going to ricochet into that relationship, and it's going to make that partner unhappy too. You know, that's what guys want ultimately, or vice versa, women too, you know what I mean? That like you have your own thing going for you and you're not just depending on another, because that's a lot of pressure, somebody having to make you happy. Like, you're supposed to make yourself happy. So what I see coming through is something about like believing in yourself and just going for whatever it is you want out of life, whether you're in a relationship or not. Like that should never stop, even when you're with your soulmate. It's almost as if like this is necessary to remain happy with your soulmate. And that makes sense, because like I'm always saying, it's like you need to have your passions and they need to have theirs in order for it to work. If your compassion does not include yourself, it is incomplete. So it's like I would never take even tarot, oracle cards, anything word for word. I just feel like the overall energy is like, if your love if your love for your soulmate doesn't include yourself, then it's like it's incomplete. It will never be true love. So hopefully that makes sense. Your emotions are the indication of what vibration you are holding. Your vibration equals your point or attraction. Something about being in the moment with people, like maybe you rush things, maybe you jump in too quickly, or maybe you're impatient, and this is an energy people feel. Let me see it again. Your emotions are the indication of what vibration you are holding. Your vibration equals your point of attraction. You may rush. I'm seeing a crystal ball. So it's like you may jump in too fast with people. So it's like you're already projecting this future between you and this person. And it's like, you don't need to do that, because it's your soulmate. It's true love. It's like, why would you have to rush anything? You know, I'd really think about that. Is there a fear that this person isn't your person? Is there a fear that like it'll never happen? Like now is the time, like to make it official or whatever it is. It's like there's something, your vibration, you're holding something about jumping in too quickly. And it's like, I feel like you're being told to take it slow. I feel like that's the message. Take it slow. See what this is about. Trying to see more clearly. I'm seeing tears. So let me read this again. The danger isn't that cute stranger you're dying to meet or the one you have lost touch with, but who sleeps next to you after a lonely night? Oh, who sleeps next to you night after a lonely night? The danger lies in continuing the cycle of self-destruction by letting yourself stay fallen. The real danger lies in giving up. So if you're not getting what you want when it comes to love, or you see yourself in any part of this, my challenge to you is this: do one small thing today that either gets you closer to meeting someone if you're single, or improves your relationship if you're coupled up. So I feel like what will make your soul happy when it comes to your soulmate? Something about seeing where you may be self-destructive. And I'm going to say that because the way you were putting on glasses on your like eye, it's like it was weird. It was definitely something about yourself. The danger lies in continuing the cycle of self-destruction by letting yourself stay fallen. The real danger lies in giving up. So you may be somebody Oh, wait, was this the abandonment one? Is this the, I'm already forgetting what I saw. Yes. So, okay, when you have abandonment issues, you tend to run, because it's like you, and this is again where Neptune plays out, especially with Venus. It's like you have this tendency to believe somewhere subconsciously that it's like, whoever you're with is, never going to really love you. They're going to leave you anyway. So, they're going to deceive you. It's like you're literally thinking of every terrible thought, and it's not true. Again, this is what I've said in other videos. It's like, what's the lie you're telling yourself? What is the story you're telling yourself that no longer serves a purpose? It's like, it's not true. It's just not true. Even if you have abandonment issues from childhood, let's just say this is your energy, right? And this is what you're resonating with. It's like, how do you self-destruct based off of that? Do you hold on longer because you projected this future with this person, and it's like you don't want to go through feeling abandoned again? So it's like you're not actually seeing clearly that this person, I don't know, maybe didn't see you the way you saw them. Like, what are you not seeing clearly? What lie are you telling yourself? Because that's what self-destruction is. That's what self-sabotage is. It's like we truly feel like we're telling ourselves the truth based off of facts, based off of things that have happened to us. But it's like it's playing out in a way that's just not true. But that's why it's in the subconscious mind. It's like your brain is connecting the dots to something that looks awfully familiar. So therefore, this looks like that. So this must be that again. And it's like, no, it's actually not. They're not at all the same. The real danger lies in giving up. So you may do these things where it's like, in relationships, you may not feel like putting work into arguments or trying to communicate properly. If you feel like, if your mind has already made the decision that this person doesn't care about you. So it's like, if you're telling yourself mentally somewhere in that mind of yours that this person doesn't care about me, why am I even going to try to work at this? But it's like, why are you telling yourself that? I'd really think about that. So if you're not getting what you want when it comes to love, or you see yourself in any part of this, my challenge to you is this: do one small thing today that either gets you closer to meeting someone if you're single, or improves your relationship if you're coupled up. So you may feel like you lost all hope in these relationships you've had in the past because you're assuming they don't care about you because they have a different love language. And that's really what it always comes down to with these abandonment issues, is like, it's just people speaking another language when it comes to love. And that's not obviously always the case. I'm not saying that, there aren't people that are taking advantage of us, but I'm saying that if you find yourself giving up right away, it's like there's something to that. There's something worth looking into. Because love is worth fighting for, right? As long as it's true, as long as it's equal. So what are you looking for? Somebody balanced, somebody who brings you happiness, loyalty, passion, true passion, somebody who chooses you. This is what Two of Swords is all about. When it's like this woman, her eyes are closed. She doesn't know which way to go, but she's going to choose. She's going to make a choice based off of intuition. It's like This person chooses you. They don't pop in and out. That's how I was seeing this card, is like that animal. What is it, a gopher? I don't know, those things that pop in and out of the ground. But it's like, it's always you. You don't want somebody who feels like, again, it's different if it's like this. This is fine when your person has to go into their cave, right? To reflect so they can better assess the situation. But it's another thing when they're like, yeah, I'm going to go to the bar with my boys. Yeah, I'm not coming home tonight. You know, it's like, that'll really fuck you up. That'll really fuck you up. And it doesn't have soulmate vibes written over any of that. So this does. So yeah, that's what I got for you. I hope that helped. I hope that resonated. And yeah.